gotta stop.
I know. We've had a constant bake fest in our house. So
Yeah.
baking, I should say, not a bake fest.
Okay, so we are live on YouTube. Good morning. My name is Melissa.
And I am Rhonda.
And we're joined today by our friend Kim Grispo. Kim Grispo.
Hello.
And today we're going to just chat a little bit about how it's going for her and learn about how she is bringing yoga to the people through this ridiculousness. So how is it going for you, Kim?
Yeah, for me personally and my family.
Yeah.
I was just saying the other day, I feel like my reactions change throughout not only the days, but like throughout even in an hour period. I can be like, oh yeah, we got this, no big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or yeah, this is great. We get all this time together, having fun playing board games and just doing stuff like that. And then turn on the news or just start thinking. And then it's like the complete opposite end of the spectrum. So emotions are just all over the place.
Yeah.
So
I've been telling her, like, I'll have a day. I've been pretty okay the last few days, but it was like when it first happened, I'd have a day where I was like, oh yeah, I got this. This is peace. I'm all good. Then the next day I'm like, what is happening? And I'm like a mess. Like the hardest day for me was when DNA had to shut down and I realized that I didn't even have DNA to go to. So then I was looked at the weeks ahead and I was like, okay, now what? So, but yeah, it's an up and down slope. And I told her I gotta take it easy on the news and the reading.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
I do a lot better when I'm keeping my nose out of the.
Yeah, same with me.
Yeah, I don't like watching I don't particularly like seeing the numbers. Like that doesn't calm me down at all. What I do appreciate in the news is like when they just say like these are the things that we can do to help kind of stuff. But when they start talking about the numbers and showing the graphs, that just sets me off.
Yeah, I think I get more affected because the numbers to me, I just have a hard time even just grasping. So what gets me is when I hear specific stories about specific people or families. And that's what gets me because I just feel like they're all so relatable.
Right.
They are. Well, and that's
there's some close to home, you're just finding out some close to home stories that are like, and they're people, not that much older than us. And it's kind of crazy.
I think what's interesting about it is it has totally like given everyone common ground. I went to pick up White Fence Farm the other night and I was just chatting with the other man, like he's on one side of the store and I'm over here. And I wouldn't most likely have never talked with him, maybe said hi or something, but he just started up a conversation like, how's it going? How are you doing? And I said to Rhonda, it's like people, I think when they have an opportunity to talk, really want to talk to another person.
Yeah, the personal interaction, I think people are like excited. I've talked to several people in lines of grocery stores and stuff.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, I usually talk to people.
You're pretty chatty. Would you say?
A little bit.
I like chatting with
but people are, I notice like even outside going for walks, people are like, a lot of times people are like, hi, how you doing? Like they're like happy to see other humans.
So Dory just posted, good morning everybody, by the way.
Good morning, Dory.
Dory just posted an piece of information that is super nice. She said, on a positive note, 113,000 people have survived the virus.
I like that number. We need that number we got to focus on.
Right. Yeah. Like, why don't they tell us that number every day directly after telling us the number of the bad stuff?
Right. Exactly. I'm with you.
Then we're like, that's what we leave the news broadcast with is the positive number.
Right.
Right.
It's funny that you say that, Dory, because today we're going to do a positivity challenge. We're going to start Springo Bingo today. Here, I'll show you what it looks like. I'm in the middle of finishing it. Whoops. Nope. Gone the wrong way there.
Yesterday we had a few technical difficulties.
Yeah, she sure did.
I'm not gonna tell them what happened though.
This is Springo Bingo. You can see it now. So Springo Bingo is just a bingo card, and you can do it and take pictures of positive things. The hashtag share positive, so that we can focus on good things for the next 30 days, because we have quite a few days at home. You don't obviously have to do the Springo Bingo, but some folks have a hard time thinking of what to take a picture of that's fun, and then you can tag me and Rhonda, and we'll get a little fun challenge going.
I love it.
So Kim, you're doing virtual yoga, I hear.
I am. I just started. So this is my first full week of doing it. I guess I just started late last week because I missed my students, basically. I missed my students, and I know that my students missed their practice.
Yeah.
And a couple had reached out asking if I was doing anything. So I really had never done anything from home, but jumped on Zoom and figured things out, and here we go. So we're just, each week it's going to be a little bit different. I said, I think I'll just plan 1 week at a time because life is so crazy right now. And as I'm trying to figure out people's schedules, figure out which formats people like, or which can vary also, I think, by the day. So I've done basically vinyasa flows is what I've been focusing on, which is a 60-minute flowing yoga practice where your breath is kind of what guides you from one pose to the other. And I also did a yoga nidra, which basically is a guided meditation. So you're just in real comfy clothes, laying in a comfortable position. And then I think I did about 25 minutes of just, like I said, a guided meditation. And it's a great way to help you unwind. It's also a great way to help you ready your body for a restful night's sleep, because I know so many of us right now are having a hard time sleeping for various reasons. So that's a nice preparation for that. So I think I'm going to do that again this Sunday night, and follow it up with a week full of yoga.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And have you had a good response?
Yeah, we've had, anywhere between 6 and 10 per class, and I'm hoping to keep growing that. Yeah. So we're starting.
And then is it free or are you charging for it?
Well, the way I'm doing it is asking people if they're able to go ahead and make a donation for the class. I'm suggesting $5, but again, that's only if they're able. I know this is a really challenging time for a lot of people right now, so I would never want the financial side of it to keep someone from doing their yoga practice. So it's up to everybody as individuals.
That's very sweet of you.
To treat it kind of like a community class, which a lot of those are donation basis.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Do you have the schedule anywhere? Where can they find the schedule? Like if they're like, hey.
Yeah, so I am going to put together next week's schedule today, and I think I'll either send it out today or tomorrow. So the best way to get it is for people to reach out to me. My email address, or on Facebook, you could also reach out to me, but my email address is Kim Grispo. So it's KIM GRIS like Sam, P like Peter, O at gmail.com. And then I can put them on the distribution list. So when I send out my invites for the upcoming week, they'll be included.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I can't wait to jump in. Okay. I'm going to try to go on tonight. I forgot I had a 6:00 Zoom meeting. So we'll see how that.
Okay, well, it doesn't start till 7. My class is at 7. And the one I'm doing tonight, actually on Thursday nights, that one is sponsored by the Y.
Okay.
But you don't have to be a member of the Y to take these Thursday night classes. You just need the Zoom invite, which I have. And you can also go on to the YMCA website
Right.
and get their link to, or the invite there as well. So two different places. So I will be doing those Y classes every Thursday night at 7.
Okay.
Kim,
And then,
Tanya Burke is on with us.
Oh
evening.
yeah,
Good morning,
Tanya. She was with me yesterday. Hi, Tanya.
Yeah, that's what she said. She said, yeah, yoga was great yesterday. Thanks, Kim.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear it. It was so fun to see her. She had a really fun background. You know how you can change your backgrounds? Yeah, she had fun. One. Yeah, it was fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I definitely miss Friday's yoga. It was always the highlight of my week.
Yeah, that's nice to hear.
A good end to a busy week.
Always. Julie Wattenberg's also here. She says, good morning.
Oh, hi, Julie. Good morning.
Awesome. Let me see if I missed anything.
Yeah, and the other thing I wanted to point out too is I am trying to figure out what works best schedule-wise with everyone. So I did send out a doodle poll earlier this week, and people have been really great about. Yes, you did. Thank you, Rhonda. People have been great about responding. So what I'm going to try and do is offer various times. So there's some people that can only do 7 a.m. because we start school back next week, and once the kids are up and running, you know, you just, there goes your day. So you almost need to get it done before then. And then there's people who work the traditional 9 to 5, so they can't do anything till the evening. So, and then there were quite a few people, more than I had thought, who like the idea of a noon class.
Oh yeah.
So, like during lunch hour. So maybe they feel like they can take a break from e-learning, let the kids kind of do their thing for a little bit, and they can take a yoga break. So I am going to try and vary it up.
Oh, I like that. So do you have a plan in place for e-learning starting next week?
Do I have a plan? Should I say yes?
Question.
Should I say yes? Like I have a whiteboard and everything? No. Right. So my younger daughter.
Welcome to Miss Grispo's class.
Yeah. So my kids are older. Mine's one in 7th grade and one's a sophomore.
Yeah.
So other than making sure they get their booties out of bed, my kids are pretty good about being accountable. My younger daughter goes to St. Mary's here in Plainfield, and props to St. Mary's from the get-go. They've been awesome about getting the kids learning right away, and the teachers providing resources and Zoom meetings. So as long as I just help her with I learned a lot about angles and triangles the other day, geometry. So I don't know that I have a set plan, but we've got a dining room that we've got all set up for it, and making sure they take breaks, they get outside. That's actually really important to me. Get outside, get some exercise every day. And eat and drink healthy or healthy-ish, right?
That's the hard part, you know, like the teenagers to eat. Actually, my youngest is really good about eating healthy, and my oldest has been better a little bit, but she likes.
It's hard.
It is. It's hard. I mean, I like the junk food too.
Yeah, I know.
But we do. I try to get them out to walk and exercise, because I feel like that is super important to get those endorphins going.
Agreed.
And Melissa's got her.
This is my oil today.
Is that lavender?
Bridge just asked. No, it's called Lighten.
Oh.
It's a stress blend.
Oh.
I tell you, there's a lot in it. I don't know how many there are. It's just a blend.
Do you need some different glasses?
No, it's not the glasses. It's just,
I just saw you doing one of these.
Well, it's very fine print. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Has nothing to do with my vision so much as it's just so small.
Right.
I mean, even a person with perfect vision would have a hard time seeing these letters, Rhonda. But it's a long list was my point.
Oh.
So I'm not going to read all of it because it's like all a blend.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
She's always busting my chops, Kim.
Oh, you guys are funny.
Went to Hamilton Woods yesterday.
How did it go?
Oh, is that open?
So we parked it. It seems open because lots of people were there.
Yeah.
Parked right behind Crispy Waffle and just walked on the trail. That's where everybody's parking, but it was lots of people on the trail. I think the trails are open. It's just the parking lots aren't, right? Didn't we have this discussion about The
We
rookery.
have said that. I mean, when we went to Turtle Lake, I had to park over by like some other building because their primary lot was locked, but people are still out. It's
Right.
really
Yeah,
nice.
I did that in Naperville with my kids a couple of days ago. We went to Knock Knolls Park. Same thing. We just
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
parked on
Oh,
the street and hiked for a while, actually. Yeah, it was
that's
fun.
a good one. I'm like trying to look for other ones to go to, like try to hit different ones because
Mhm.
my oldest daughter doesn't like to walk in the neighborhood. So
I
Well,
noticed yesterday there are a lot of people out in your neighborhood. I dropped off a treat
mine.
for Rhonda yesterday. Yeah, and your
Yeah.
neighborhood is like loaded with people out doing every kind of thing. It's like, wow, my neighbor. No one is out in the neighborhood. They aren't going out.
I know. I talked to my neighbor yesterday for a little while. I mean, 6 feet apart,
Of
Yeah.
course.
we were 6 feet apart, of course. But yeah, so it's nice to see some life outside for sure.
It is. It is.
Absolutely.
I was thinking as I was leaving your neighborhood, like, I wonder if other neighborhoods feel like this. Like you see people walk by. I don't see people walk by. I need to
Oh, our
motivate my
neighborhood.
neighbors. Like,
I said the other day, I was like, I feel like we live in the city. Like there's so many people out and there's
really?
dogs. How about the dogs? They gotta
Oh,
be
there's
so
lots of
excited. They're
dogs.
like, this is awesome, right?
I know my dog, I think, is in seventh heaven because
Uh,
at first I think he was confused, but now I think he's pretty happy.
yeah,
I
they're loving it.
saw a meme the other day that I thought was super funny. And it was like, I don't know, this little dog, and he was like passed out on the ground.
Mhm.
It said, "What the F is coronavirus? How many more walks am I going to go for?"
It's true. They're like, really? Another one?
Yeah.
Britt said that she was going to try to go to Morton Arboretum today, but she heard they shut it down yesterday because no one was social distancing. That sucks.
Oh,
What
that
a
does.
bummer, man. Good morning, Renata. How are you, hun?
Hi, Renata.
Yeah, I had heard Morton Arboretum was open, and that would be fantastic because that is just tons to do.
Yeah, that would be nice. I was wondering what is west of here, like.
Oh, there's a bunch of stuff if you head out toward Yorkville. There's that one on 71. It's like Robert Young, and it's only like right at 71. It took like 12 minutes to get there.
So,
So you take 126 to 71 and take a right, and it's like half a mile or so on the left side of the street. And then I saw Lindsay posted something about a sea paw pack or something like that out in Yorkville. I could look it up on Facebook, but yeah, I think you just gotta.
And so tell it on what were some of those things we said on the Springo Bingo, the pictures.
Springo Bingo.
So if you go to these places,
let me look.
You can take a picture of yourself and hashtag.
Make a scrapbook. I don't think I have. Hold on. Scavenger hunt the talent show. Love to see some talent shows.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Of course, I said bake cupcakes, and the two of you have already gotten into baking.
Check mark.
Check mark.
Yeah, Francesca and Angelina want to make a carrot cake. I'm like, oh great.
Carrot, wow.
How do you? I've never like from a box or a real carrot.
No, real carrot cake. So we bought a bunch of carrots.
That's brave.
That is brave. I wouldn't even know where to start. I guess
buy the carrots.
Right.
Start with the carrot.
Peel the carrots.
That's great.
Funny.
All right. I am going to run today. I was going to run yesterday, but the office just kept me down here.
I'm going to run today too, Melissa. I decided that as well. Yeah.
Do you like running? Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I mean, I've been a runner for years.
Yeah.
I actually used to say I'm a runner who enjoys yoga, and now it's kind of the reverse. I'm more of a yogi, and then I fit in my running as well. Yeah. But yeah, I do enjoy running. I find that it's a great time also for me to think and to just clear my head a little bit. Sometimes I can kind of go a little too far and I have to pull myself back in mentally. But yeah, I do. I like it. In the past I ran further distances, but now I'm just good with my 4 to 5 mile trek around here. So
Mm.
it's good stuff.
I'm trying to get to a 5K. That's my goal coming out of the
Okay.
quarantine.
Oh, you can do it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I absolutely know I can. I was a runner. I used to love it. Like children were small. I mean, everybody on here is probably tired of hearing me talk about how much I used to love running.
Yeah.
I did. And now
You only said it like
a couple times.
100 times.
100 times. But now I'm trying again. Well, I keep talking about running, and this is my running story. So now I'm at 2 miles.
I'm going to actually get in at DNA after this is all over. I'm going to actually.
You're going to be a runner.
I'm going to be part of the club.
Yeah. We need to get, I think I want to get one of these kind of Maverick shirts. It's one of these like.
Oh yeah, like a zip up.
Soft kind of, it's a Nike Elite, it says. But it's like a 3/4 zip up. But
oh yeah.
This is like a look. We need a little Maverick.
Maverick in there.
Yeah. Don't you think?
And you gotta have the thumb hole too.
Yeah, you gotta have the thumb hole. You got one of those.
Yep. Exactly.
Because then you can partially keep your hand warm and partially.
Exactly. Right.
Hey, I have to say to Britt, your pizzas looked really yummy.
Oh, Britt's pizzas looked yummy?
Yeah.
I haven't seen. Yesterday we played M&M beer pong.
Oh, that's fun.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I remember the story I wanted to tell you guys. So my middleman Cal was just kind of being, I wanted to call him a name yesterday, you know? And man, he just kept, he's like picking at everybody. Mm-hmm. And I had the day before redone our entire calendar. Like in our kitchen, you know, we have one of those like dry erase calendars. And I cleaned it and wrote April and then all the dates in, and basically was able to put Good Friday and Easter are the only two things on the entire calendar, right? So it's blank. And I walk out of the kitchen and I come back and Clay says, Mom, Cal just said the F word. And I'm like, oh. So I turn around, I look at him. I said, honey, look at the calendar. And he's like, what? I'm like, look at it. This is what we have ahead of us. This is what it looks like. I said, this is April 1st. We are here together, just us, until the 30th, at least. Right? Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh, and I said, on this day, April 1st, it is the last day of being unkind. And he's like, oh, okay, I got it. I said, no, I want you to write it down on the calendar. Like, this is it. So he writes it, and then I leave. I said, thank you. And I leave, and I come back, and he's written on the 30th, the first day of being mean.
Oh.
Like,
yeah, he's still got a sense of humor. That's
you gotta love him, you know, you gotta love him. But we're gonna try and come up with some fun kindness activities, I guess. I don't know how to, like, I need more to think about, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we have got the dining room almost all set up to be our school, and we're gonna hit the ground running Monday. Hopefully that'll go well.
Yeah, ours have like class time. They have like for high school, it's like I think pretty much set up where it's from like 9 to 2. They have like 30-minute classes, Francesca was saying, and then they'll have like a lunch break.
Where is she getting this information?
I don't know. I'd have to ask her, but
I haven't seen that information.
That's the information she has. I will have to. She's sleeping right now, so.
Right.
Two of mine. All right. Well, we need to wrap it up, guys. I'm going to drop right now the link to the Springo Bingo.
Cool.
Test it. Yep, that worked. It's kind of weird. I don't know why it looks that skinny, but it is very long and skinny. Should print okay. Let me see. Well, that didn't do it.
Yeah, and if you are looking for a yoga option, Kim's a great option to.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'd love to have the more the merrier for sure.
Yep. And I'll do her email one more time, kimgrispo@gmail.com for the yoga schedule. We got it.
Perfect. Thanks, guys.
And then we'll wrap it up with, I got a good one today, I think.
Oh, she said, so Britt says the high school sending more to the boys than they are to her, which is fine. Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
And then Erin says that two of her kids are fighting. So if I come up with any kindness activities, I should send them her way.
Mine go back and forth. They either like are fighting and like I keep hearing, oh, this is too much together time.
Yeah.
Or they're like doing TikToks together.
Mhm.
Or they both get mad at me. Like it's like mom's being, you know, like, because
mom,
you know, I told you how I made that they have to do the dishes right now. I figured there's no excuse. They have nothing in the evenings now. Like, so that's their deal. I'm making dinner, they can do the dishes. And so the other day I am like, I look and the crock pot's still on the counter and she's gone. I said, you're not done. Yeah, I did all the dishes. But, no, you didn't. Like when I do the dishes, like everything's done. Like including the thing that you cooked with. Like, well, I don't know how to clean that. I'm like, well, you're gonna learn. Like this is we got home economics 101.
Exactly. Exactly. I always say when I come back down here, I want it to look like we never ate in this house. Like that dinner never even happened. That's how it should look.
I like that.
So, anyway,
they do need to learn these things, guys. So now we have the opportunity. Teach them how to clean a toilet.
Yes,
that's a good
we
one.
had that talk last week, actually.
Guess what this brush is for?
It's a brush and you clean it.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Rhonda, do you have a Kim, are you gonna stay on with us for our prayer?
I would love to. Yes, thank you.
Does anyone have any prayer requests?
Do we have prayer requests? Well, I think we need to pray for Dory and her husband. They need a buddy shirt, she says. One of the conversations.
Get some shirts made.
Britt is so Britt told Erin that she should put her kids in one of those buddy shirts, you know, and I said, is that like the large shirt you put 2 kids in? And Dory's like, me and my husband need one of those. Not kidding.
You know what? I am so thankful my husband works during the week, but he's like been taking one day to work at home. So he's like home for 3 days straight. And I'm like, I'm so thankful. You drive me crazy.
Yeah, your family pays a lot of attention to what you do. I've noticed. My family does not. They leave me alone.
They follow me around, and then yeah.
Like if I call her, they'll be like, "Is that Melissa?" I'm like, "I don't care who she's talking to." All right. Julie ordered a DNA card the other day, so she said thank you.
What?
A DNA card the other day.
Oh, thank you.
Julie did. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. So it says safe in his shelter, which I thought was, you know, good since we're all sheltering in place. We're most safe in his shelter. So it can feel like a vice gripping your chest, sending shockwaves through your whole body. Anxiety in its worst form actually feels like dying. We worry. What if the worst thing I'm thinking comes true? Maybe that's why Jesus reminded his disciples and us throughout Scripture to not be afraid. No matter what happens around us or to us, we are safe in God's shelter, his permanent love of tower of protection, providence against all that worries us. Tonight, we seek refuge in his presence and rest in the true peace only he can bring. And it says one of our favorite verses, that be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus.
I like that.
Amen. I love that.
One of the things that struck me the most about it is, sorry, we got a couple of things going on here. I'll come back to those. So one of the things that struck me about it is it said, what if the worst thing that I think comes true?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is where I create anxiety for myself, is when I start doing that, like, what if, because I know in my head, right? Like if the worst thing comes true, then still, again, I'll have to pull from God for strength.
Right.
but it is really,
Well, I was thinking about this.
Somber times.
This kind of hit me last night because I was thinking about, with Francesca and her re-injured ankle, and just like a few weeks ago, what the stress was her going into these dance competitions, and like, my parents were in Florida, and like all this stuff, like shifts, like none of that even matters anymore.
Right.
Like, but I was wasting time worrying about something that's not even, and a thing now. And I think that's what we tend to do. We worry about stuff that's not even going to be a thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Years ago, I heard Michael J. Fox. He was talking about his battle, and he was talking about the topic of worry and anxiety. And he said, we worry about things that usually don't even end up coming true, but we've already basically experienced those things because we've played that scenario in our minds. So now we're basically having to live it out unnecessarily. Never even happened.
Right.
So I thought that's something I always come back to, that worry just it's so unnecessary 90% of the time.
Yeah. Right. Yep. It is hard to live just in the day, but I think it is a good thing to try to do for sure.
Important.
So we're going to close it up. Guys, let me see about this link again. Here it is one more time. So this is the Share Positive Challenge. And that didn't type out. Share Positive Challenge. So you can use this Springo Bingo if you're having a hard time coming up with ideas. And then we have Kim Grispo, yoga schedule, email her here. And that is it. Thank you, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, you're welcome. Namaste.
Yeah, it was so good to be here. Namaste. Have a wonderful day, everybody. And we will see you tomorrow. Is Friday.
Yeah, we have Britt coming on.
Yeah, Britt's joining us.
The quarantine angel.
She is the quarantine angel.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Everybody. All right. Bye.
Bye. Thanks, ladies. Bye.